Like, a lot of people feel like within their life, they don't have any power, they don't have any control. Life is just something where you're just born here, you do what you're told, you know, your life is already mapped out for you, you do that, and then after that, you cease to exist. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you understand that that's not true at all, and like, that doesn't have to be you, and you're just furthering your understanding of how to have a completely different outcome than something like that. Okay, I just want to start off by saying this video is not sponsored. The book that I'm about to reveal is a book that I genuinely think that everybody should read. And I also think that it's important in the sense that you'll start to understand how some of this really works, because some of the books that I've read over time, I kind of just started to notice like a pattern with certain books where it will seem like, okay, I'll start to read it. There might be some stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. Like, I'm like getting more into the book, and there's certain things that it's talking about that I actually feel as if I know, you know, and I'll start to, like, I'll take a pause from it, you know what I'm saying? I'll start to think about different things or whatever, and it feels like I start to gain insight, and then maybe I'll go back to reading it, and further down, everything that I just thought about in that moment was actually in that book further down the line. And so again, that's like reiterating where it kind of feels as if you already have that information. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up is because books and everything obviously are valuable. Knowledge is power. They say that for a reason. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That is a fact, you know? And this is just a thing that I'm discovering with myself. Like, this may not be everybody's experience, but this is my experience, and I just decided to share it. But this book, though, it's called The Rosicrucian Handbook and Hermetic Textbook of Success Secrets. That was a mouthful, but it really is a good book. So this book right here is the book that I'm talking about. Like I said, it is not sponsored. This is a very good book in the sense of, if you are on that self-discovery, if you are in that self-realization, if you are on that becoming more aware, becoming more conscious, you know, getting into certain types of practices, realizing how certain things work, wanting to deepen your understanding about that, wanting to have some type of guidance on how to do certain things or what way to do certain things, or wanting explanations on certain things that you've experienced personally, you know, you might actually find it within this book, in the sense that, like, the general sense of it, not like specific details like, oh, this exact person within your life, or this exact event within your life, and this, and on this day, and whether, not anything like that, just the general sense, you know. It basically speaks about transformation, methods of transformation and growth, you know, gaining power, you know what I'm saying, within your life. Like, a lot of people probably feel like within their life, they don't have any power, they don't have any control. Life is just something where you're just born here, you do what you're told, you know, your life is already mapped out for you, you do that, and then after that, you cease to exist. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you understand that that's not true at all, and like, that doesn't have to be you, and you're just furthering your understanding of how to have a completely different outcome than something like that, you know what I mean? And, you know, one way is by seeking out the knowledge and, you know, coming across these books or coming across this type of information. And, you know, like I always tell y'all in my videos, you know, it's not about just consuming and like watching things and watching videos. It's a matter of, when you receive some type of insight or information, apply that to your life, you know, and the more that you do that, the more that it will strengthen within yourself, to the point where you won't even need to do that anymore. And to the extent of, like I said, with reading these books, where like, there's certain pieces of information that you will receive, and it didn't come from reading a book. And that's not to say that there's no value in a book. There is value within the book. Reading the book will also trigger you to realize what's actually going on, and like, realize the insight, you know. But like I was saying though, it's like, if there's any book that I'm gonna like put on here, if there's anything I'm putting on here, it's because it has genuine value. Like I said, that is a really good book to like read, you know. And in further videos, I'll also introduce like some more books that I've read that I also think would be like very good to read. And I also will link down where I got this from down below in the description box. And remember, don't be a pack rat of information. It's not going to be valuable if you just holding it there and it's never anything done with it, and you're just sitting there with it just so that you could be like, oh, I'm just so smart, like I just know all this, like I just have all this information that I'm not going to do anything with, like it's just here just to be here. I mean, if that's also what you want to do with your life, I mean, obviously you could do that. You got free will, like do what you want. But I'm just saying also, like, if you have certain types of intentions in your life, you know, and there's certain things you want to do with the information, there's a purpose to you wanting to gain this insight and gain this knowledge so that you can accomplish certain things, even if it's with yourself, you know, gaining a better understanding for your inner standing, you know what I'm saying? Gaining this information so that you better navigate the world, you know, whatever it is, you know. But practicing things within your own life is definitely the way to do that. You know, again, not just watching something and not just reading something, actually sitting to yourself and thinking about how it applies to you, like in what way, whether that's from the people that you interact with, the way that you interact with the world, the things that you're picking up on, and the things that you're noticing. Like I always talk about that within my videos about noticing patterns and different things like that. You're gonna start to see, and you probably already have started to see, which is why you're watching this video, that you are just able to notice all of these different signs and these patterns within your life, and you're like, oh, what is this? Like, what is this called? You know, what is that? Like, how is that? You know what I mean? It's like, it's gonna make you more curious to how to actually explain that to better understand it for yourself, you know, so that you deepen that understanding with yourself, you know. And the more that you do that, the more that you expand. And it's a very interesting process. But like I said, if you're watching this, you're probably already there with noticing all the stuff that's going on around you, you know. But yeah. If you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you and bye. Don't run away from change now that it's here. You have been asking for your life to be different. You have been asking for a certain type of life. You have been wanting things to change in your life.